So the alignment that she told you about then with Regulus, can you walk us through that?
Yeah, she said, she showed me that vision again that I had in '07, when I was over the pyramid. '08, I remembered it right. I could see so I get to see this whole vision again she reminded me of that vision, would say. I'm not saying she took me there, but I remembered from '07. And she said, trouble's coming. And she showed me the alignment, and she showed me the nuclear exchange. It was a nuclear exchange between Israel and Iran. And she said that this does not have to happen, but when we get to this point, this is when we're going to come back. And when the rockets left, I saw the whole sky light up with orbs just started appearing in thousands in the sky. And that's when I was pulled back and I couldn't see anything past that. So what happened, I felt like they stopped it. But she said, when you see this, she said that if they didn't come back, there wouldn't be anything left. And that we could change it all. That they can touch your heart. They can change you from the inside out. They don't matter how much Trump or Biden or any of them get up and try to unite the people. There's been so much division. It's completely off the charts worldwide. They've intentionally divided this planet, bringing foreigners in and putting them in situations where people, you see it, it's all over. It's in England, it's everywhere. Why are they doing that? Why? And it's destabilizing our collective conscience to fear. So everybody's living in fear. And she can change that, or the phenomenon can change your heart. The only thing can save us, not man. They get peace for a little while, but it'll be right back at it again, as long as man is in rule. It's your manly instinct, you get it upset and it becomes violent.
So, but the exact message that she said about Regulus aligning in the gaze of the Sphinx
She said when that happened, there will be a shift in consciousness, a new knowledge. And what that means, I don't know, other than I think it's probably disclosure. Disclosing of truth. And that truth could be much bigger than just being alone or not being alone. It could be exposing some really bad players that's created a lot of stress and suffering for people.
Mm-hmm. And Leo, of course, is what would Leo, the Regulus is the star that's at the heart of Leo, the lion.
Yep.
But she came in the form of a bull.
Right.
But so does that tell us that the star formation that we're seeing is actually not a lion, that it's a bull?
No. The Sphinx is a lion with the head of the king, the return of the king. So the Sphinx is sitting there on the desert floor watching for the Eastern glow when that little king, the star of Regulus, is called the little king, the return of it, when it returns in the gaze of the Sphinx, right on the horizon, it's touching the sand before the sun comes up, will mark a shift in consciousness or a new knowledge. And so that's all I can give you there.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
I didn't know when the date was, other than she told me this riddle that I gave to the experts, and they said it was 2 different dates, right? So which one do I believe?
Mm-hmm. But each of the equinoxes, the 2 equinoxes, the fall and the spring equinox. Yeah.
One of them.
Okay. Well, it's coming up.
And I can tell you that there's a huge shift in the phenomenon on the equinoxes. It always increases.
Okay.
Easter, fall, and especially Christmas. But Easter's the biggest one. Well, I don't know, but it's always like off the charts, the interaction.
Okay. Yeah. Christmas is the winter solstice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all that matters to this.
Anything on the summer solstice? I mean, you got the 2 equinoxes and the winter solstice.
Yeah, it's usually it's always more active. But Easter and Christmas seems to be the two biggest times of activity.
So if you're religious, you'd say Easter and Christmas. If you're spiritual, you'd say the spring solstice and the spring equinox and the winter solstice.
And you heard me say the equinox is what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I'm not religious,
but
I'm very spiritual, and I know that, when Jesus came, when he came to earth, they killed him because he said, you can talk straight to God. You don't need to pay anybody. They didn't like what he said, so they killed him. And now they demonized it to the worst thing in the world. And all he was trying to say is, you can talk straight to God why are you paying now? You don't need to pay for it. It's free.
Yeah, God is within.
Yeah, and so they killed him. And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can talk straight to God and to the heavens, and it will respond to you. Now, before it wouldn't, but now, after that equinox shifted, everything shifted, and you're going to see it's not going to stop. It's going to get greater and greater until our countries are forced to admit it.
So, are we in Pisces right now?
We shifted into Aquarius.
We're in Aquarius.
And it's my belief during the eclipse.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That marked a change. Immediately I saw huge difference in what I was seeing, the type of activity we're seeing, and how it began to interact with us. And I knew it. The age of Pisces.
Okay. So, Pisces being like... Pisces.
It's the sign of the fish. It was Jesus.
Right.
When he was born, they gave him the sign of fish.
Right.
When we were in the Leo age, they made the Sphinx.
Right.
When we were in the Aries, the ram, they had the bull, the golden fleece in Greece. They had rams, sphinxes in Egypt. Got ram bodies. You had Abraham and the ram in the bush. It was all about Aquarius. And then you go into Taurus, the bull. Everybody was worshiping cows. A lot still do. But those ages are very important. And
we're moving into this. It's more of a divine feminine age, Aquarius.
Yes.
So
that'll bring about the peace, I think, to Earth. Because this is what she explained to me, that the paternal or the man has run the world for 2,000 years, and that one thing she said is, if you get that spirit upset, it becomes violent. But we were going to shift into the feminine age, and that will bring about peace to this world.
So, have you had any additional experiences with the lady?
The last full-blown encounter, other than seeing her as a ball of light or an orb, that telepathically says it, but to see her in full version, I haven't never seen her since, 2012. She looked like you, full-blown in, but in 2019.
So she was beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Go ahead.
2019 she came, and it was around Easter. It's like on Monday night after Easter. I walked outside, and at that time I was so sick with rheumatoid arthritis. I had gone down the hill to, if I went anywhere, I was in a wheelchair, unable to walk. And that was 2019. I walked outside, and we live on a little pond, it's right behind the house, 10 feet behind the back door. I opened the back door, and when I did, this orb way up appears, real high and bright, and starts flashing and starts spiraling down, and came all the way to the ground on the other side of the pond and stopped. And there it is on the other side, about 50 yards away, bouncing up and down 10 feet high. And I can purely see a translucent figure with the orb now is inside the figure going up and down, very tall. And it came across the pond. It sat there for a minute, and then it came to me. And I started getting nervous because it was coming at me. And I'd been told 1,000 times by NASA and other scientists, don't touch them, don't let them touch you. If they touch you, it can kill you. The energy from them would kill you, create all kinds of problems, injuries and all. So I started praying, Lord, keep me safe, but I'm not afraid. And this beautiful, glowing figure comes up. I couldn't see details of the face, only a translucent figure. It was an angel, that's all I can say. And she said, or it said, trouble's coming. Tell everybody to lock their doors and stay inside until it's over. From this point forward, we've shifted into a time of trouble, she said. And that before it gets better, it's going to get worse. And that we're going to start appearing in big numbers around the world. And we're going to allow you to share us now. You know, she told me in 2012, it wasn't nothing like happened in 2019. When 2019 happened, it went completely off the charts. COVID hit. I was on chemotherapy then, and about $27,000 a month worth of drugs that the doctor had me on, giving myself shots in the stomach. And a friend of mine called me from D.C. and said, if you get COVID, you're going to die. You need to get off of COVID, off of that medication. And told me, go tell your doctor to give you Plaquenil and to take you off all that other. And I did that. And somebody in the CIA told me that. And so I went to the doctor and said, my friend told me to get off this medication and put me on Plaquenil. And he gladly did it. Said, yeah, I've been treating rheumatoid with that for 80 years now. And immediately I started getting better. And I went from a wheelchair to remission in less than a year off of a pill that's called hydroxychloroquine. That's $4 a month. So that was what happened when this angel came, or this being, the lady, whoever it was in 2019, started this chain of events that and it was 12 years to the day. My friend Jim told me that, he said, we don't know why, but we know one thing's common in all experiencers. He said, we've been studying for years, 150 people in the government nobody knows about. He said, one thing common in all 150, not one, but all, is that after 12 years, somehow or another, everybody received these huge blessings. And they became department leaders and heads in their departments. And it happened on all 150, not one, but all. And we don't know why that is. And he told me that at my house in 2016 when I was really sick. He said, when is 12 years? I said, 2019. 2019, this thing comes out of the sky, this beautiful being. Within 6 months, I'm able to walk. Within a year, I'm in remission. And in that year, blessings started happening to the whole family, to all my children. I mean, huge blessings that we'd struggled all those years, with nothing. And just the greatest thing from having this experience with this being to being able to walk again and to see all my kids get offers. We want you as a data scientist at East Carolina University because you were top in your class. Well, 26-year-old boys getting a 6-figure job, and then my daughter, NYU, calls her and says, we want you to teach for us music while you do your master's here. And she was worried about, how she was going to pay her debts and all. And so during the worst struggle in the family, it all immediately, when that happened, blessings started, and it hasn't stopped. It's still going. But
Any other big events since then that have happened? Any big? I mean, I know that you've interacted with and seen a lot of stuff, but anything else from
from the paranormal side?
From the yeah.
Well, yeah, it never ceases to amaze me. I mean, how much it's increasing. I can't get across to you how crazy it steps up in intensity over 18 years. And when that eclipse happened, it went from 20 or 30 orbs in a night to 100.